Is Shuri still viable? Now, I haven't seen a lot of Shuri clears on pretty much anything in a while. I feel like she's kind of been swept under the rug, you know what I mean? A lot of people came out, a lot of new units came out, and I feel like she just got put on the back burner. People kind of forgot about her, and there's multiple reasons for that. I think the big one is just how squishy Shuri is. Even though her damage output is pretty insane, you can't get over the fact that she is extremely squishy. Like, do you see this defense right here? This is rivaling Dark Zero. It doesn't help either that her true weapon also reduces her defense by 50%. So Shuri's very high risk, high reward, you know what I'm saying? And I thought, why not make this video, because Shuri is actually returning. At the time of recording this, tomorrow night, or whenever you see this video, she should have just went live today or yesterday. I don't know when exactly I'm posting this. You guys know I'll be recording videos in advance and stuff. But let's give you a rundown of Shuri if you're new here. If you think this is a showcase or something, it's not really. A ninja, she has third eye. The more you use her true art, the more damage she's able to push out because she stacks physical damage every single time she uses it. Her true art has an insane multiplier at 56,000. If you're able to feint the enemy with your art, you get more damage. You increase the damage that enemy takes all the way up to 50%. A lot of good stuff with Shuri. A lot of stuff going on here. And let's see how good she is in the mines, because that's what I'm curious about. We have a level 4 crest on her, attack up level 4. We're set at a mean 3,805 attack, but if we actually go out of here and we look at the equipment, we're setting at almost borderline 5k attack, which is insane. So she has a pretty high attack stat just by default. Of course, you can increase this even more if you're using buffers and stuff like that, but I absolutely feel like she needs her true weapon at times, so I'm using that on her. Plus, I'm using True Exceed Zex because it's just perfect on any damage dealer. And then for my 4-star physical, I actually would use B3 Claw or Grief if you actually don't know what it is. This is a Mines Equip. If you need to know about Mines Equips, video popping up on your screen. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know I gotta promote stuff. Yeah, I actually got 2 of these now, thankfully. So I may max out B1 just in case if I'm using 2 users on the team with 4-star physical slots. Because, yeah, this is hands down the best 4-star physical in the game. But for right now, we're gonna go against Mines, and we're gonna see how good Shuri's gonna do on floor 61. But not against the Emerald Bird. We'll use her as soon as I feel like we can use her. Also, I'm kind of curious about where tier list put Shuri nowadays. Very respectable A+ tier. I definitely agree with that. Definitely. Oh, and Rim. I completely forgot about Rim. I was thinking about making a video on her too, but I feel like no one... And this is actually the team comp we're going to be using with Shuri. We're going to be using the Juno, the Mako, or Shuri herself, and the Thetis. The reason why we're using Thetis is so people don't die, and also Shuri doesn't die, because you see this defense. She's not surviving, ladies and gentlemen. You factor in her true weapon being popped, and that's minus 50% defense. If anything touches her, it's practically true damage. With Shuri, compared to someone like Batiste, in order for her to stack, of course, we need to get her into her true art, which could be a little bit hindering, I guess, since she needs 200 art gauge to stack every single time. But she does have passives and stuff to kind of counteract that. We're not really going to be taking advantage of that passive though, just for the simple fact that we have Thetis, and we kind of do need Thetis in this comp, because if Thetis isn't here, Shuri's just going to die very easily. I think is another reason why I've kind of stayed a little bit away from Shuri is because of that stacking. Her needing 200 art gauge every single time is kind of hard to get behind. Whenever you have units like Batiste out and stuff like that, Yusuke, all them, really prefer units that stack with their arts and not their true art. Now, the entire gimmick with this fight, or the entire gimmick with this team comp, for me personally, I'm going to just use Shuri's arts and stuff whenever I can, and her true art, of course, to stack it. But we're really not going to be doing, I guess, the big boy damage until we get our true EX gate up. Once we get true EX gate up, so I'm going to throw it on Shuri and then try to deal the big boy damage, or the big girl damage, I guess, in this situation. So until then, we're just going to try to keep stacking as much physical damage up as we possibly can. Here we go right here. We actually do have True EX Gate up. We're going to be popping Shuri's True Art here, trying to get a stun off, but we're actually not getting a stun off at all. That was just kind of a wishful thinking, I guess. But here we go. We actually are going to get the first hit to go off. Now, Shuri's hit does take a little bit of time, but you'll see it. Yeah, you saw that instant oomph that went down the health bar. That was Shuri. I guess it's not that impressive. This guy does have a lot of damage resist. But here we go again. We're going to be seeing it again right here. There was another one, but I think we actually already run out of crit chance. So yeah, if she doesn't get that feint off, it doesn't look like that impressive, because you kind of need that feint to get that 50% damage up to the enemy, which is just, ooh, it's so juicy. That's going to be it for this one, and we're going to punch for the last one. Boom. This guy does have a lot of damage resist, so I'm going to give that one the benefit of the doubt. Actually, against the Gondola, I don't think we're actually going to be taking Shuri, because the usual team actually doesn't have any type of defensive setups. Also, let me just say, this is a pet peeve of mine, but I don't really mind if it's like your best in slot item for support. But I cannot stand whenever people use Malim's clothes in the mines because I have to go change my Malim's clothes. I know it's a very petty pet peeve, but I can't stand that, man. Since we're so high up in the mines, I feel like that, yeah, we're gonna get one-shotted very quickly. As you see, my Mako is currently fighting for her life. I'm probably gonna fast forward through this unless we die or something crazy happens. But using Shuri, actually, I don't know why, it makes me really excited to finally get Dark Haruto on global whenever that finally happens. Because I really want to try out Dark Haruto against like super hard content and just against other things. Or Simon for that matter. I feel like they would be extremely fun units to use. Pretty much anything. I've been enjoying a lot of units that aren't necessarily like the top tier units, I guess. Like Batiste, for example. I've been enjoying using him quite a bit recently. Like, yeah, he's not like the greatest unit in the game, and he does require some help, of course, but I think that's the reason why I like him so much. He's not just like, you put him on a team, then boom, you don't have to worry about anything. You still got to worry about Batiste because you need to stack him, to make sure he doesn't die. Give him a little bit of support so he hits a little bit harder. I just really love that unit, to be honest. That may be my favorite unit, at least gameplay-wise, that I enjoy using. I love Batiste so much. The Gondola, though, at least the regular one, not the Omega one, pretty easy still. Doesn't seem like he's giving me too much trouble at all. Dude, we're getting like the worst possible stuff for Shuri. Now we're going against Palamecia. Dude, I hate this fight as well. And this video is probably going to be cut short because it's going to take me so long to find a boss that actually Shuri can be used against. Finally, a boss that I can use Shuri in. This is probably going to be the last one because I've been recording for about 30 minutes, so I don't want the file to be too big on my computer. I'm already loading up the SSD a little bit too much with all the recording I've been doing already. Gonna have to start deleting some clips. We're gonna be switching out Fight Club Goku uniform for, of course, true EX gates. As always, I really do hate this process. Almost forgot we was recording a Shuri video. I was literally about to say, so what were we doing? I personally think the reason why you don't see Shuri at all anymore, for one, she's squishy, and I think there's just a lot more appealing damage dealers nowadays. Because the problem with Shuri is that she's kind of... one of the problems with Shuri was that she was released at the wrong time, I want to say. There wasn't really any type of content out at the time of Shuri releasing that she could be especially utilized in. Because her kit, of course, wants her to be in very long sustained fights, but you don't really get that too often in GS, like with a lot of different fights. So because of that, there wasn't really much we could see her in. Like whenever Shuri came out, I don't even think mines were out yet on global. So as you can tell, it was definitely a rough time. Also, we do have true EX gates, so we'll be able to pop the true EX weapon. And look at that, boom. You see that? I mean, that's not anything to laugh about. That's such a huge chunk of the boss's health, and one of the reasons why I love using Shuri. I love seeing that. Like, watch, it's gonna happen again. Right here. Or actually, we don't have the arch damage buff up, so I don't know how well it's going to be. I just love seeing that, like the huge shockwave on screen. Then you just see the boss's HP just jump. I've always loved that about Shuri. And here we go with the final one. I think Shuri would be the one to end it here unless Juno does it or Mako. Yeah. Another thing is, too, I wish Shuri's punch was as fast as Saitama, but that could possibly be a little bit broken because that would mean that she's just able to get off more true arts in her actual duration of her third eye. Because Shuri's third eye, I think, lasts 100 seconds, 90 seconds, something like that. So definitely not the longest. Let me see. How long does it last? Yeah, for 100 seconds, which actually got buffed on global because I think on JP this was 80 seconds or 70, something like that. But it should be the same on JP now if you have Shuri. It should be 100 seconds as well. But yeah, that was Shuri. Do I think she's still viable? Yeah, absolutely. I think if you pull her and you want to use her, you're going to have a lot of fun with her. But I think there's a lot more appealing options. That's probably why we don't see a lot of Shuri anymore, which is very, very unfortunate. I really do love this unit. And even me myself, I don't really know how to feel about her at times. Even me myself, I don't really feel like dealing with her mechanics a lot of the time. So I would rather just slot in somebody who's a little bit better. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy Pete. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. Thank you all again for all the support and everything on the channel recently. It's been insane. Can't thank you guys enough for it. And yeah, I don't know when this video is coming out. Should be today, which would be the day after maintenance, or the day of maintenance, which was Wednesday. Thank you all for coming out again. It's been your boy Pete. And last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.